I have avoided giving presentations for most of my working life. I always felt that some people were good at it, smart and interesting, while others, including myself, just didn't have much to say. A few years ago, my boss asked me to give a presentation about our online program in front of a group of senior learning managers. Sure, no problem, I said casually, and immediately broke out into a cold sweat and felt sick to my stomach. There I was the night before the presentation, completely freaking out in spite of a ridiculous amount of time I'd spent preparing. I stopped. I said to myself, you have to do this. This moment will decide whether you continue to advance or get stuck where you are in your career, succeed or regret it for the rest of your life. That was the moment I realized I had to confront and overcome my fear of presenting. You might be wondering how it went. It was fine, maybe even awesome. I still was kind of a nervous wreck, but with good preparation and a ton of determination, I was able to channel that nervous energy into an informative and entertaining talk. And I did not die. After that, I became an earnest student of presentation and public speaking. How do we identify our strengths and weaknesses, work to improve, succeed, grow our skills in spite of our anxieties, and learn to effectively present our messages and our ideas? It's vitally important to reach the next step in just about any career, whether you want to be an electrical foreman, an office manager, an attorney, or a CEO. We all have presentation skills. We do. We all have some ability, strengths in public speaking. I believe we simply need to throw off those glasses, rip off that boring three-piece suit, and unleash our inner public speaking superhero. So where do you start? And how the heck can you significantly improve your presentation skills in 6 minutes? Well, my first tip for you is when beginning to outline your content, get away from your PowerPoint. Go off and think, identify what your objectives are, what your message and information you want to convey, and then think creatively about how to do that. If you start with your slide deck, you'll find yourself using PowerPoint as a crutch, not a tool. Your slides should simply serve as a visual aid to your content. And as long as we're talking about PowerPoint, if you're not already, become a student of how to improve your presentation skills. Visuals. PowerPoint isn't bad, only its users. Slide deck tools can assist your presentation in amazing ways if you understand brain science and know how to use them. David J.P. Phillips gave a wonderful TED Talk about some pretty magical and fairly easy ways to use PowerPoint to enhance rather than detract from your presentation. Look him up. Now back to your content. How do you create memorable content? In Made to Stick, Dan and Chip Heath introduce a 5-point plan for developing an unforgettable presentation. Keep your message simple. Make it unexpected. Illustrate concrete examples. Make your message credible by citing research and quoting experts. Never underestimate the power of emotion and use stories whenever you can. Who gets nervous when presenting? Do you want to know the secret to stop feeling nervous? It's not about you. Yes, people will judge you, that's what people do, but they don't really care. They care about what they're getting from the experience more than they care about you. Look in all of their eyes, focus on them and the important message you're sharing with them, and your nerves will melt away. Okay, so we're talking about research here. A mirror neuron is a neuron that fires both when an animal acts and when the animal observes the same action performed by another. The neuron mirrors the behavior of the other as though the observer were acting themselves. This is a powerful thing for you as a presenter. When you yawn, they yawn. When you tell an emotional story, your audience will experience your emotions. Video yourself and self-critique. Everyone hates to see themselves on video, but video will show you what the audience really sees. Those repetitive tics, weird body language, and those strengths you never realized you had. Pull out your phone and video yourself, watch it, take notes, work your weak areas, do more of what you do awesomely, practice and re-record yourself and witness your amazing transformation. We all know we need to cut out ums and ahs, but there's a lot more to weak language we routinely use to dilute our awesome messages. We all started learning weak language as teens, right? Oh my God, and like I know, right? But then we went to college or entered the workforce and we learned a better form of weak language, which includes basically, literally, corpse-speak words and all kinds of phrases we commonly use to dilute our messages. If you really want to cut out weak language, here's an exercise. Take your favorite drink, your coffee, soda, or whatever you like, and pour out half of it and fill it with water. Carry this drink with you, and whenever you catch yourself using weak words and phrases that dilute your messages, take a drink. A week of this will transform your language. Our body language can reveal our nervousness, our awkwardness, and also our awesomeness. In her book, Presence, Amy Cuddy explains a huge body of research which suggests that not only do we affect communication with others through body language, but that our body language can shape how we feel about ourselves and whether or not we succeed. She evangelizes that everyone should do a 2-minute power pose exercise each and every day. So body language isn't just about power and posture, it's also about using your body and the space you have as a tool to convey and enhance your message. Use your body to create characters, show your characters' communication with each other, show movement in your explanation, and use bold movement and your whole stage to reach your entire audience, not just those in the front row. Should you have a loud, resonant voice to be a great presenter or a soft whisper? High or low pitched? Yes, yes, and yes. The best presenters are able to use the entire range of their voice as an instrument. How do you do this? Practice. Warm up your voice before speaking. Be bold, enunciate, change your speed, your volume, and hold their attention with silence. We mentioned the power of stories earlier, but how do you develop a good story? Start by setting a scene. Next, describe and develop your characters. Use your space to help you tell the story. Mark spaces in your story by moving across the room. And finally, always keep it short and concise. Great presenters demand feedback. While recording yourself, watch your videos, and using them and improving your skills is an incredible tool. You can only improve so much using self-critiques. Cultivate colleagues and friends you respect and, most importantly, trust, and ask them, no, demand, their feedback about your presentations. Don't let them get away with just giving you positive feedback either. Demand at least one suggestion for improvement. So let's summarize what we've talked about so far. If you want to be a great presenter, become a student of presentation skills. Create content away from your PowerPoint. Make your stories sticky and memorable. Concentrate on your audience, not yourself. Make your audience feel what you feel. Cut out weak language, and powerful body language will help you become a powerful presenter. Use your vocal range. Your body and your stage are your tools for getting your important messages across. Don't blame PowerPoint. Learn to use it more effectively. Tell stories to build context and understanding whenever you can. And finally, great presenters demand both good and bad feedback. Be bold, be brave,